Hollywood has turned rock legends into box office gold. Freddie Mercury, Elton John, Elvis, even Weird Al Yankovic got a movie. But when it comes to Kurt Cobain, silence. No big studio biopic, no Oscar-winning tribute, just a ghost that haunts rock history. He's one of the most mythologized musicians of all time. So why hasn't Hollywood touched him? Maybe they can't, or maybe they're not allowed. To Kurt Cobain wasn't just a rock star. He was a symbol, a voice for the lost, the broken, and the disillusioned. He hated fame, but became the face of a generation anyway. By the time Nirvana exploded in 1991, Kurt had already been shaped by trauma, a chaotic childhood, addiction, depression, and a desperate search for authenticity in a fake world. And when he died in 1994, everything froze. His music, his image, his pain, all locked in time. That's when the myth began. For fans, Kurt became more than human, a tragic icon, a martyr, a mystery, and that's the problem. Because once someone becomes a myth, Hollywood can't touch them without breaking the spell. Hollywood knows how to tell a rock story, big personalities, bigger egos, the rise, the fall, and a killer soundtrack. But the Nirvana story? That's a different beast. You can't tell Kurt's story without stepping into a minefield. Courtney Love controls much of his legacy, and she doesn't let go easily. She's blocked projects before, sued studios, and Dave Grohl, he stayed silent, carefully distant, as if even he knows the story is too heavy to touch. There have been attempts, scripts, rumors, secret meetings, but every time something starts, it disappears. Maybe it's fear, or maybe it's control, or maybe some stories are safer left untold. There were plans, studios circled. The idea for years, A-list actors were attached, scripts were written, deals were signed, but every single one of them fell apart. Some were shut down quietly, others publicly dragged into legal hell. One insider claimed the rights were a maze no one could get through, unless Courtney let them in. She owns a huge portion of Kurt's estate, including the music and image rights. Without her, nothing moves. But here's where it gets strange. Some fans believe a biopic hasn't happened because it would force too many questions about Kurt's death, about who controls the narrative, about what's still being hidden. Courtney has always denied any foul play, but the internet never stopped asking. And with no movie, there's no version of the story that becomes official. Maybe that's why there's no film. Because once Hollywood tells the story, it becomes the story. And maybe, just maybe, some people would rather we keep guessing. Even without a movie, Kurt Cobain became a legend. He didn't need a Hollywood script to define him, because an entire generation already did. Grunge wasn't just a sound. It was a rebellion, messy, loud, honest. It was the 90s, and at the center of it all was Nirvana. They didn't just play music, they cracked something open, and nothing was the same after. And when Kurt died, he became something else. A ghost, a symbol, a myth that never needed a big screen to survive. Kurt Cobain didn't ask to be a legend. He didn't want the spotlight, and maybe that's why he's still so powerful. He's still a myth, a warning, a symbol for everyone who's ever felt too raw for the world. But what if someone got it right? Not a glamorized version, not another glossy Hollywood lie, but something real, gritty, honest, human. Would it finally let us understand him? Or would it destroy the mystery that keeps him alive? Maybe there's no perfect way to tell his story. Maybe there's no permission. Or maybe the real reason we never got a Nirvana biopic is because deep down, we're afraid of what it might reveal. Kurt Cobain never got a Hollywood ending. But maybe that's exactly why his story still echoes. If you've ever felt like no one understood you, Maybe he did, and maybe that's the only biopic that really matters. If this resonated with you, subscribe for more untold stories, the ones Hollywood stays silent about. Until next time, stay loud, stay real, and here at Fame Trail, we're not just storytellers, we're Nirvana fans for life. See you in the next one.